local and independent artists. The Homegrown Show on Bob FM.
When I was growing up, Dad told me that nothing in this life is for real. Hold you wait like fire and lightning, and you shine like polished steel. Never turn your back on true friend, best troubles in your life. Your hard days work at your very best. Sleep in peace each night. Memories piece me back in time when my daddy raised me proud. Walk soft when you have to follow, but when you leave real loud. But now my nights are filled with living and sleep consumes my days. But I can turn my back now, 'cause I ain't got a friend. You wanna know my life turned out? You wanna know what living's all about? Dreamers live, dreamers die. Every night I lie down, one new eye. Got my fire in the bottle and steel in my guitar. Living don't come easy in the honky-tonks and bars. Drinks to help me sleep the hours, and a song to buy my meals. The only thing that was right about is life ain't all that real. Oh, I still. Oh, I still. Oh, fire and steel. Oh, fire and steel.
That is Chad Johnson and the Minnesota Transplants live in Studio B. How you guys doing?
Good, man. How are you?
Great.
So great. It's a beautiful day. Glad to share it with you guys.
Likewise, man.
Yeah, so, and well done. Just opening the show with a live number, Fire and Steel.
Yes.
So good. You guys, all right, let's run down, because we got a whole list of people in Studio B over there. Mm-hmm. I got Andy over on percussion. Andy, how you doing?
Andy James.
I'm fantastic.
Welcome to the Homegrown Show.
Thank you.
We got Jin T over there playing the guitar.
Lead guitar, yep.
Lead guitar, shredding that acoustic. Love it.
Yes.
Chad Johnson on vocals and guitar.
Yes.
Well done, sir. And Kai over there on bass and some background vocals, playing the U bass, the little ukulele bass. Love it.
Yes.
So good.
Sweet.
It's always fun when we have like a full band setup in Studio B, you know, so it's a special treat. Well, we're glad to share the time with you tonight. We got a lot of, you got some new singles we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about gigs, all that fun stuff, everything that's going on in your guys' life. So a lot more with Chad Johnson and the Minnesota Transplants coming up. So you guys have been busy this spring/summer, playing gigs like pretty much every weekend, but also cranking out some new singles.
Yes.
So let's talk about those. We've played a few on the show. We've had Rolling Heart, What Say You?
Yep.
And now we just got a new one, and I think it's time that we play it for the people.
Yeah,
so let's talk
that'd be
a little bit about Meant for Me.
Yeah, we recorded this down in Nashville.
with Casey Wasner, technically Leaper's Fork, but yeah, this song my gal and I, Carrie, wrote the song together, and it's the final one of the 4. We did 4 singles. We've been releasing a single every month, basically, starting in May. And so this is the last of the bulk of the singles. And then this winter we'll probably do a whole entire album, and these singles will be on that album with probably 6 more brand new songs. But
do you have all those 6 picked and done yet?
We have an idea what we're doing, but officially I think there's maybe 2 of the 6 maybe aren't for sure yet. But yeah, we're gonna get in the studio and start to kind of getting them done.
And you're going to go do that in Nashville?
Well, we might do 1 or 2, but Jinty here next to me, he's got a studio as well. And so we might do some of the recording and stuff here, and then maybe send it off to Casey in Nashville, my buddy Casey down there, and then maybe he'll mix them and gotta love the
technology that we can just like remotely record things and do sessions across the country.
It's incredible, man. Yeah.
So is that how? So this one though, Meant for Me, you are all down in Nashville together.
All down there. Yep, all down there. All these guys, and then my buddy Mark Ronhofer helped produce the album, and then Nicholas David, the guy from the TV show The Voice.
Yeah,
he was a finalist. He was down there with us because he sang "Rolling Heart" with me.
Cool.
So he played keys on this song. He played whatever he didn't sing on. He played keys on. So Nicholas David was down there with us as well. But yeah, it's pretty awesome.
You've had the pleasure of working with some pretty awesome people and sharing the stage. We'll get into some of that, some of those credits kind of here in a bit, but let's get to it. This is Meant for Me by Chad Johnson, debut on the Homegrown Show. Here you go.
Local and independent artists.
Hey, this is Elisa Starr.
Hey everybody, this is Todd Hurst.
This is Christine Riding.
Hey, this is Jason Paulson.
The Homegrown Show on Bob FM.
See the last rays of sunset as it turn into dust. Determined not to let the same thing happen to us. Look into your eyes, your smile assures me. Is there anything left that says I'm down on my knees? You're meant for me, meant for me. So if I walk through the woods with your hand in my hand, where I found certainty in your dad's land, sit across from you in a country diner, sipping on sweet teas we watched upon her. You're meant for me. But I know in my heart I can't live back the signs. Can't wait around for anyone's voice but mine. It was right all along. Comes down to choices that we make, tough decisions, who we choose to follow and who we forsake, who we forsake. I've known all the answers here all along. And I'll give them to you if you write me a song. Take a look in these sheets on this king size bed, hanging on to us that we never yet said. You're meant for me. But I know in my heart I can't live by the signs. I can't wait around decisions, who we choose to follow, and who we forsake. Who we forsake. What do I do with myself now? Dying a slow death here in this town, like a clown. You're meant for me. You're meant for me. Meant for me. You're meant for me.
Oh, yeah. Chad Johnson, Meant for Me on the Homegrown Show. Loved it, dude. Great songwriting. Your voice is killer. I was trying to think of who it reminded me of, and this might be a deep cut for some of the people, but Jamie Walters.
Ooh. Yeah, I know who you're talking
The
about.
Heights.
Yeah,
Does
yeah.
anyone remember The Heights? How do you talk to an angel and hold on? Like, I could hear you covering some of that.
There you go.
It's a great voice there.
do that. Thank
Yeah,
you.
such a great tune. Meant for Me. So, yeah, that was a Nashville trip. And how long did it take to put that whole thing together?
We were down there for about a week, but we basically were we were down there to start the new year, basically, when life was still pretty normal at that
Yeah,
point.
just at the end. Yeah.
And
I was actually my dad and I were planning a Nashville road trip this spring.
Oh, really?
Like, because my birthday's in April, and we were like thinking, well, we'll go around April, we'll do it, we'll hit Nashville, Memphis. We were going to do like all the music cities, and
man.
then pandemic.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we
Yeah.
had to reschedule. But so you spent the beginning of the year down there in
yeah,
Nashville?
started the year down there, and then got to celebrate a little bit, and then went in the studio for just 2 days. We were really well prepared with what we needed to do, and kind of got them all done. And my buddy he's really killing it down there.
A studio wizard, a wizard,
Yeah,
an engineer.
I mean, he's working with Jason Isbell now and stuff. I don't know if you know Jason Isbell and stuff,
Oh, yeah.
but he just had Jason in the studio down there. He's from Northfield originally, in my hometown, and
Northfield in Nashville.
Northfield and Nashville, right? And his uncle is Pete Wasner, and he plays for Vince Gill, plays keys. And most of Vince's big hits were co-written with Pete Wasner from Northfield. So Casey graduated from high school a year after me, and then he headed right down to Nashville. And then he's between being a musician on the road with these guys, like big names, and then he kind of like his
Session stuff. Like,
yeah, and then his real thing was to be, have his own studio and be a engineer, producer, whatever. And then he did that a few years ago. He did Keb Mo. I don't know if you know Keb Mo.
Oh, I love Kev Mo.
Yeah,
Like, I mean, that's another just like the guitar.
Yeah.
What he makes a guitar do.
Americana blues man. He's
Yeah.
so good. And Casey toured, I think, for 6 or 7 years with Keb, played drums for him. And then, Keb knew that Casey's big passion was to, get his studio going, whatever. So in 2014, Keb said, "Hey, I want you to do my next album for me." Well, next thing you know, that it went huge, and he got nominated for a Grammy for the album of the year, Americana album of the year. And they didn't win it that year, but then he ended up winning the Grammy, I think 2 years after that, working with Keb. Again, recording for Keb. Well, it got to the point where he told Keb he had to leave the band because he was too busy with the studio, because Keb basically opened the door for him. And,
Right.
once
It's your fault, dude.
Yeah, once you get nominated for a Grammy, for
Yeah, like the
engineer.
phone doesn't stop ringing, I'd
Yes,
imagine.
exactly. So now after he's established the studio, now he's basically taking a bit of a break. I mean, he has other engineers come in there and work his studio while he can be on the road with Keb Mo and
Right.
still touring with Keb now again.
That's awesome.
But he had to take a break for a while. But he's got a pretty good thing going.
Chad Johnson and the Minnesota Transplants over there, and they're ready to rock us another live one. What are we going to do now?
Yeah, we're gonna do Minnesota Nice for you guys. It's a song that growing up in the town of Northfield, that's where the James Younger game kind of came to an end. Jesse James gang. Back in 1876, they tried to rob our bank, and town folk all rose up and basically shot him down. And
Is there a
Jesse-
movie about that?
There's many movies. Yeah, there's been a whole bunch of movies.
I need to
about
find
it.
the best one though.
Brad Pitt is in one of them. Randy Travis was.
Randy
in another one.
Travis.
Randy Travis, the country
In the
singer.
one with Brad Pitt?
No, he was
he's
in
a different
one of the earlier ones. I think he might have played. Who did he play? Maybe it was like maybe Cole Younger, one of the guys.
I'm going to do a Younger movie marathon, I think,
you go.
with Brad Pitt and Randy Travis, all
Right.
that good stuff.
But yeah, so I wrote this song about that, growing up in that town and kind of having that pride of defeated Jesse James days. They have a big festival every year, and our band has headlined that a few different times, and so it's been pretty sweet. We were supposed to be doing that this year, and then like the Minnesota State Fair, everything got shut down. So we're gonna do a live stream this year from my backyard, and we'll do it from their Facebook page. It's Jesse James Day's Facebook page, and so that's about as good as we can get for this year. But hopefully next year everything's back to normal and we can get on that big stage again.
Well, speaking of Facebook pages, Chad Johnson Music right now is going live from Studio B, and I just shared it on the Homegrown show on Bob FM's Facebook page as well. So if you want to, a little porthole into Studio B so you can see the action for yourself, head on over to the internet and check it out there. But Minnesota Nice.
Here we go, guys.
Take it away.
All right.
County, 1876. Grayback rebels trying to run the risk, seeking vengeance for their southern pride. Yeah. Jesse James along for the ride. They ride. They ride. September 7th, they rode into town just to take old names down. 45 stripes across their heads, yeah. JYG etched in the green, and I often think about when they rode into my town. Will they drive a road that dies, thinking Minnesota nights. Minnesota nights, where white dust street walked in the bank, walked out to open sea. They would cry, say, don't kill me, but that time life won't go into free. They ride, they ride. Tried to run, they tried to hide. Those old Yankees let the bullets fly. The town folk stood their ground, yeah. Northfield took the James game down, and I often think about when they rode into my town. Will they probably roll the dice, thinking Minnesota nights. Always felt this sense of pride growing up in this college town, the home of heroes like Joseph Lee, Evans, Wheeler, Allen, and Brown. Oh, this little town showdown, often think about when Jesse rode in my town. Will they probably roll the dice, thinking Minnesota nights. Well, often think about when Jesse rode in my town. Will they probably roll the dice, thinking Minnesota nights. Minnesota nights, Minnesota nights, Minnesota nights.
Show. I'm Brandon Backstrom, and we are hanging out with Chad Johnson and the Minnesota Transplants. Well, I was just learning a little bit about those Minnesota Transplants. Let's talk about where do y'all come from then? So,
Yeah, start with Andy over here.
I grew up in Colorado, so
love Colorado.
I'm the closest transplant.
Yes, the closest.
That's the closest.
Yes.
All right.
By far the closest. But yeah, that's where I grew up.
And Jinty?
I'm from India. I recently just moved here in 2019. So, yeah.
So been in Minnesota for a year. What do you think so far?
Oh, yeah.
It's like it helps if you can hear me with that. I was saying, so you've been in Minnesota for a year. What do you think so far?
It's pretty cold here. But
I can
I'm
imagine.
getting used to it.
It's 88 degrees right now. So
Yeah,
I don't know
it's
what he's
beautiful. I
talking
don't
about.
know. Yeah, you just wait.
Yeah.
And Chad, so you're
I'm Northfield.
Northfield.
Yep.
Born and
I'm the
bred.
Minnesota guy, yep. And then my good buddy Kai here.
Yeah, originally from Hawaii. So it's cold here, but what's funny is my biggest shock moving here, actually, because everyone's talking about how cold it was. No one talked about how hot it is.
And
here.
how humid it
Yeah,
gets.
because Hawaii is
It's
never
gross.
hot.
Yeah,
Never hot, ever.
It's just perfect in Hawaii. It is
And
paradise.
So my first summer was like, oh my gosh, are people going to die? What are you doing? Because I moved to North Dakota, to Minot, North Dakota.
Okay, yeah.
First, so
Yeah.
that was a bit.
And it gets really
that's a bit
cold
of a
up there,
shock.
too.
Yeah. But great people, great place. And one of the things I really admire is that when the weather changes here, people go after it. They're just like, all right, the weather changed. All right, cool. Here's a new sport.
Yeah, we got a new whole plan for that set of just that. Yeah, we're ready for it. We're ready for everything the Earth will throw at us.
Yep.
So, what brought you to Minnesota? Just the call of the North, or work, or what was the? Why would you leave Hawaii? Why would you leave India and pick Minnesota? To just throw a dart at a map?
Well, for me, my parents were in the Air Force. My
Okay.
mom's from Montana, and so my dad was going to retire, and they wanted to retire near her hometown. So they picked Minot, North Dakota.
Cool.
Yeah.
Jinty?
I moved here because my wife, she got a job in St. Olaf in Northfield.
Oh, and that's when you went to the Chad Johnson
That's
show?
right.
Yeah.
Fell in love right away?
Yeah, it was love at first sight, man.
And Andy?
Well, I went to school in Kansas, University of Kansas, and then I got a job coaching basketball at University of Oklahoma, and I met a volleyball assistant coach in Oklahoma that's from Minnesota, and that's where I am now.
Yeah.
Nice.
he
Well,
is.
welcome. We're glad you guys have all
Yeah.
found each other and continue to make great music. More live stuff from Studio B coming up. Steve Straczynski's over there in Studio B with
is.
Chad Johnson
Yep.
and the Minnesota Transplants. He's going to be going live on the Homegrown show on Facebook. So head on over there to watch the live video. Also, I got a little personal announcement that I got to get out of the way. I'm looking for a lead guitar player for my church. I am a music director at a church in Blaine, so lead guitar players, if you're looking for a steady gig, hit me up, Brandon at mybobcountry.com, and we'll make something happen. But so thanks for that. So stay tuned for the Four Outdoorsmen, but we're not done with Chad Johnson yet. We're over there. We're ready for some live action in Studio B. What do we got this go round?
Yeah, man, we're going to do Rolling Heart. This is one of the singles that came out, and this is the one that Nicholas David came in the studio with us in Nashville. If you guys aren't familiar with Nicholas David, was on the TV show The Voice, and I don't know if he got third place or second place, but he was right up there, and he was one of the finalists, and obviously has a huge following. And he was on tour and finishing his tour and stopping by in Nashville. My buddy Mark is really tight with him, so we ended up getting him in studio and he sang on the song with me. And
Instead of Andy.
Andy was going to be the one, then Nicholas came in. Yeah. No, it ended up being just great. We originally wrote this song just for me to sing it, and it was when we had him singing on it, we kind of went through it that day, got done, and everything seemed to be great. And then the next morning, came in the studio, and my buddy Casey's like, we might have to rethink this song because it sounds like the two of you are singing to each other. Yeah.
So?
And that's fine, but it wasn't meant to be that way, right?
Right.
And so my gal and I, Carrie, we wrote this song together, and so kind of in a panic, we were like, well, we got to try to rewrite it a little bit and whatever. So we changed the third verse, and she rewrote it in 20 minutes or something like that. She sat down and rewrote the third verse so that it sounded like almost like two buddies kind of like having a conversation to each other about going through, tough times and
Relatable.
Yeah. And
we got to give a shout out to Carrie too, because she's not been on mic, but obviously an important part of the whole
Huge piece of
thing.
the-
So I mean, you guys are a great team, obviously, cranking out just some excellent songs, great melodies, great lyrics, everything's there. So
Thanks, man.
well done, Carrie. Thanks for being
Yes.
here. And she's the one. She is shooting live on the Chad Johnson music page.
She's going live, yeah. So she's huge, and with between the booking and just kind of managing everything we do, and obviously a great writer and just kind of.
You're lucky to have her.
Yes, I am very lucky. So this is Rolling Heart without Nicholas David, and I think I'm going to sing the whole thing. I know that Andy's probably disappointed in that, but
Well, take it away.
Here's Rolling Heart, you guys. Well, I tried so hard to run her out my mind and out my heart. Tried to shut the memory out of my thoughts. But then my heart stopped beating and I knew that I could never go back. Oh, rolling off the tracks. Well, I crawled through each desolate thing to anything I heard and find. Glazed over, broken, quiet and numb. Drowning in the deepest thoughts alone. Dream stays in bed. Never seemed so scared. Because my heart keeps on rolling down this highway. And I wonder, is it ever gonna stop? Because my heart keeps on traveling one way. And I know my love for her will never stop. You could try to pry yourself out of her arms, away from her charms. Don't hide those tears, you only cry alone. Can't continue a life shut down. The answer's on the tip of your tongue. This can't be undone. Cause my heart keeps on rolling down this highway. And I wonder, is it ever gonna stop? Because my heart keeps on traveling one way. And I know my love for her will never stop. Continues to unfold. You can count on that, I know. But this distance makes me wanna scream. While wondering, do I have impossible dreams? Because my heart keeps on rolling down this highway. And I wonder, is it ever gonna stop? Cause my heart keeps on traveling one way. And I know my love for her will never stop. Cause my heart keeps on rolling down this highway. And I wonder, is it ever gonna stop? Cause my heart keeps on traveling one way. And I know my love for her will never stop. And I know it'll never stop.
Total Country Bob FM. And we're back. It's the Homegrown Show. We've been hanging out with Chad Johnson. They're over there in Studio B getting ready. There we go. Get some headphones on. We still got a little bit of work to do. We got to remind the people where they can find you online and where they can stay up to date with all things Chad Johnson and the Minnesota Transplants.
Yeah, Chad Johnson Music. ChadJohnsonMusic.com is the website, and then Chad Johnson Music on YouTube, and there's obviously we got a bunch of content on there for YouTube, and then Spotify is another spot for people for streaming if you're interested in streaming. But basically, anywhere you can buy or stream music, we're everywhere.
All the usual suspects. You can find Chad Johnson there.
Yep, for sure.
Loved it so much. I mean, it's just a great Minnesota sound too. I love the Minnesota Nice. I love that tune. That's
Thanks,
a fun. I love them all. You guys were great.
It's a crowd favorite.
A lot of fun. It was really nice meeting all you guys. Andy, Jinty, Chad, Kai.
Yeah, likewise,
Carrie.
man. Likewise.
It's been a lot of fun. So coming up next, we got the Four Outdoorsmen. Next week on the Homegrown Show, the Devin Worley Band. So tune in for that one.
They're good.
It's just, I mean, we do it right here,
Yeah, you do.
So, we're going to close things out with the new single,
Yeah.
What Say You? We played it a couple weeks ago, but let's talk about it a little bit.
Yeah. This is probably the most country tune that we recorded down in Nashville. I mean, we're kind of an Americana country, like kind of a crossroads band,
Sure.
But this is by far the most country tune on the album, and it's a deep song, just kind of going about, a song that kind of talks about going through a turbulent thing in a relationship and trying to navigate your way through certain things like that. And I don't know. I hope people enjoy it, but it'll definitely go over well on this station for sure, I think.
Awesome.
Some
Love
cool
it.
fiddle in there for sure.
Well, Chad Johnson, the Minnesota Transplants, thank you so much.
Thanks,
I look
man.
forward to doing it again. You guys have a great week.
You
We'll
too.
see you next week on the Homegrown Show.
Her deception is a new reality. Where she said to him, while with me, how do I turn this off, this anxiety? Coursing through my veins, terrifying me. Each day rolls by like an old vintage train. Ready to derail this last bit of rain. What do I say? What do I do? Can I believe anything that comes out of you? I held you so close while your words held them too. I'm not sure if I can. What say you? No more illusions, open eyes begin to see. How those empty words made a great fool of me. Do I turn my back, hold on to sanity? Oh, you were so close. Is that just naive? What do I say? What do I do? Can I believe anything that comes out of you? I held you so close while your words held them too. I'm not sure if I can. What say you? I packed my bags and left no stone cold down an old crossroad. Do I head west or head back home? Minnesota's all I know. What do I say? What do I do? Can I believe believe anything that comes out of you. I held you so close while your words held empty. I'm not